Larry Malinowski began his journey with the Saskatchewan Credit Union system as a young man, joining the board of Theodore Credit Union in his early 20s. In the almost 5 decades since, he has been a part of, and often led, the evolution and the consolidation of the credit union system.
I first got involved in the credit union system when my parents purchased a membership for me at Theodore Credit Union. The chair of the nominating committee of our local credit union asked me to let my name stand for election to the Board of Governors. Hence started my long career in credit union governance.
Larry was among the youngest directors at the credit union and was an integral part of that board's rejuvenation. Larry watched and learned from the more senior board members who helped mentor him as he took on board and committee responsibilities.
I remember getting on the board of Theodore Credit Union in the mid-70s. We were about 50 years younger than we are today. We became part of a board made up of community leaders who we had so much respect for. We learned so much from those individuals, and there's no doubt in my mind that Larry's effectiveness and strength as a director could be contributed to them. They helped him become a very strong leader.
It was around Theodore's boardroom table that Larry began to develop the skills and processes that helped him grow into a strong leader. Beginning a pattern that he would repeat many times over almost 50 years, Larry guided board members through deliberations by giving them a forum and the permission to express their opinions in a safe environment.
Larry is a very engaged personality, and he's a lifelong learner. He was always the person to sit back, listen to everybody's opinions, ask a question, be thought-provoking, and help us get to the decision.
You couldn't sit in your hands with Larry. He would go around the table and he would seek out the opinions and ideas of the board members. This was particularly true if we were dealing with issues that were maybe somewhat controversial.
Larry's calm, consistent, and thoughtful approach to discussions created a safe place for directors to voice their opinion, and that led to very healthy, effective discussions at the board table.
Larry's extensive meeting preparation and vast knowledge is almost legendary. He held himself and his fellow board members accountable for their decisions. He recognized that the choices made in the boardroom had far-reaching implications for the credit union and the communities they serve. And always, his primary focus was on what was best for the members.
Larry was chair of our board when we made many difficult decisions, and one that comes to mind specifically for me was a decision to close a number of branch locations. And one of those locations was his hometown, and was actually the credit union that he'd served on the board of for many, many years prior to joining Cornerstone Credit Union.
Larry showed tremendous leadership through that process. At the board level, he ensured that the board had the information they required to make the decision. He ensured their perspective was heard and understood, but always stayed on course on what the best long-term decision was for the credit union.
He was never afraid to field member questions. He was never afraid to stand up and support those decisions publicly. If he felt it was in the best interest of the credit union, he would support it.
Whether it was discussions around shared services for members or how to enhance the skills of the board, Larry's reputation for integrity, intelligence, and living the cooperative values were critical contributors to the success of the many local, regional, and provincial initiatives that Cornerstone Credit Union undertook.
I have many memories of my time in the credit union system, like participating in the development of a collaboration agreement with Connexus, Innovation, and Cornerstone Credit Unions. Another memory I have is participating with a consultant, management, and others in developing and revamping our new governance system.
Larry's commitment to the credit union system begins with his curiosity and love of learning. Over the years, he embraced the opportunities presented by the changes in financial services. Each of these changes provided a fresh chance to expand his knowledge, learn from others, and contribute to the growth and success of his credit union. Along the way, Larry worked with a number of people who played a pivotal role in his commitment to the credit union system. Larry held these relationships in the highest regard, valuing them not only for the camaraderie they offered, but also for the wealth of learning and knowledge they brought. For Larry, it was as much about the people who enriched his journey as it was about the knowledge they collectively shared.
Back when I was attending university, I learned the importance of interacting with intelligent, good people. The credit union system is full of such people. Another reason I stayed in the credit union system is because of the change. Change gave me the opportunity to learn, and I love learning to this very day.
Larry's willingness to give generously of his time and wisdom made him an admired figure among his colleagues. His influence extended far beyond the boardroom, leaving a deep and lasting impact on the personal and professional growth of those fortunate enough to work alongside him.
Larry was always giving of his time, giving of his knowledge and experience, and really was always looking out for what's best for others. I think he ultimately helped me become a better person.
Working with Larry had a considerable impact on me personally. I learned that there wasn't always a right side or a wrong side to an issue, but there was always a best solution or best way forward. It comes back to that consensus built through examination and discussion. Larry could lead that very successfully.
I'm really grateful for the opportunity I had to be Larry's vice president. I really marveled at his ability to know who he was working with. I learned how important it felt to be engaged and to make sure that I engage others when I'm leading.
Larry has set the standard to me in terms of being a board member and a board chair. You know, he has so much integrity. He's just honorable, honest, ethical. He was always so engaged.
In the 40-plus years I was a credit union CEO, Larry would rank as one of the best presidents I had the honor to work for and with. We had lots of laughs during that time too, because he had very dry humor, Larry did. But I learned lots from Larry. He made me a better person.
Larry Malinowski's nearly 5-decade journey within the credit union system is marked by a legacy of strong leadership, consensus building, and impactful collaboration. Starting as one of the youngest directors on Theodore Credit Union's board, he developed into a seasoned leader, fostering open dialogue and consensus during pivotal decisions.
To be selected as a recipient is a great honor for me. I have so many people to thank for this award and the time in the credit union system. Thank you to those that thought I was worthy of this award. Thank you to the many directors, management, and staff that guided me and supported me. Lastly, thank you to Luann for sharing and supporting me all these years. I'm sure there were times she thought the credit union was my first love.
Larry's legacy, characterized by integrity, intelligence, and living the cooperative values, continues to benefit Cornerstone Credit Union and the Saskatchewan Credit Union system. We are honored to present Larry Malinowski with the Lifetime Cooperative Achievement Award.